Hello and welcome. My name is Kristy Grayson and I'm the nutritional health coach here at the Monument Store for Natural Grocers. And with a biology degree and a master's in education, I enjoy connecting you with valuable information that you can use in the making good health choices for you and your family. Today, we're going to focus on natural hacks for supporting memory. And we're going to focus on tips and habits on how nutrition and lifestyle can support our memory at all ages. As a reminder, this class is not intended to diagnose, treat, or mitigate any disease. Dietary supplements and foods can interact with prescription medications, so it's important that if you're taking prescription medications, that you become informed about possible interactions. As a family-owned and operated company, we're built on these 5 founding principles of nutrition education, high-quality standards, everyday affordable pricing, supporting our local communities, and supporting employees. Today, I'm going to focus on commitment to community. As we head into the holiday seasons, we do anything from doing community presentations like this one, to collecting donations for our local food banks, and so much more. It was once believed that brain cells were produced only during early life. However, we now know that neurogenesis, or the growth of new brain cells, continues even into adulthood. 93% of Americans believe maintaining brain health is extremely important. However, few are aware of the many holistic approaches available to do so. So with that exciting information, what methods or habits do you employ to support your brain? Do you take any supplements specifically to support your brain? Eventually, all humans develop some degree of decline in cognitive function, usually including the following symptoms like forgetfulness, decreased ability to maintain focus, reduced problem-solving capacity, and if left unchecked, symptoms oftentimes progress to more serious conditions, such as dementia, depression, or even Alzheimer's disease. So what leads to age-related cognitive decline? Cognitive decline does not affect everyone equally. Clear connections exist between the rate and severity of cognitive decline and a variety of factors that can include anything from oxidative stress, chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, suboptimal nutrition, and even high amounts of stress. Fortunately, many of these factors are modifiable, and proactive lifestyle changes, cognitive training, and nutritional interventions have been shown to decrease the rate of cognitive decline. Aging causes deterioration of brain cell membranes, which leads to impaired neuronal function. Steep age-related declines in neurotransmitter synthesis and signaling, combined with reduction in brain cell density and plasticity, make the brain increasingly less efficient with age. Age-related cognitive decline occurs in tandem with the physical decline of brain structure. Thus, maintaining cognition into late life requires early and aggressive intervention to preserve the brain in its youthful physical and functional state. The brain is capable of producing new brain cells at any age, so significant memory loss is not an inevitable result of aging. Whatever your age, there are many ways you can improve your cognitive skills, prevent memory loss, and protect your gray matter. But just as it is with muscle strength, you have to use it or lose it. These are the topics we'll discuss today. First, we'll discover the numerous but preventable instigators of memory loss. and follow it with easy dietary and lifestyle solutions to support our memory. Some instigators of memory loss can include oxidative stress, inflammation, insulin resistance, suboptimal nutrition, and stress. We'll also cover the top 5 supplements that support memory, including EPA and DHA, phosphatidylserine, B vitamins, lutein, polyphenols, and anthocyanins. The brain is particularly susceptible to oxidative damage since it consumes roughly 20% of the oxygen used by the entire body, and because it contains high concentrations of phospholipids, which are especially prone to oxidative damage. Over time, oxidative damage leads to the death of brain cells. Inflammation in the brain is unique in that the blood-brain barrier during healthy conditions blocks inflammatory agents and allows only select nutrients into the brain. Think of the blood-brain barrier as a protective shield. It's a tight layer of cells that separates the brain from regular circulation. However, chronic inflammation triggered by poor diet and stress compromises the blood-brain barrier, allowing inflammatory agents to enter the brain. Inside the brain, inflammation impairs neurogenesis, which is the process by which new neurons are generated. Due to the high metabolic demand for energy in the brain, even small disturbances in glucose metabolism can noticeably impact cognitive performance. Diabetes has been linked with lower levels of neuronal growth factors, decreased brain volume, and higher incidence of all types of dementia. So what's unique about the standard American diet, or we also call it SAD for short? It is high in energy or calories and lacks in good nutrition. It usually is packaged, processed, and high in poor fats. The standard American diet often fails to supply adequate amounts of all our brain essential nutrients. In laboratories, when animals are fed the SAD diet, it results in abnormalities of the hippocampus, which is the area of the brain crucial for memory. In human studies, consumption of a standard American diet in both young and old populations is associated with impaired memory or increased risk of Alzheimer's. Studies have repeatedly shown that excessive stress leads to cognitive dysfunction. Intensity and duration of stress are both inversely related with memory and cognition. What does that tell us? It tells us that stress shrinks the brain and blunts serotonin production. The brain consists of a vast network of approximately 90 billion neurons interconnected by 1,000 trillion synaptic junctions. Each mental and physical task that we perform stimulates this massive network in a unique way. Regular stimulation by engaging in a wide range of mentally and physically challenging activities supports our ability to learn by enhancing synaptic plasticity or flexibility and initiating the process of neurogenesis or the production of new brain cells. Neural plasticity allows the structure and function of the adult human brain to change significantly as a result of new experiences. As we mentioned previously, we're going to cover what we've deemed as the top 5 nutrients to support brain health, specifically focused on memory. But there are lots and lots of brain essential nutrients. The brain requires numerous macronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and even certain phytonutrients to function. Therefore, Not only is it important to consider supporting our memory with supplements and lifestyle changes, but also to support our memory by getting all of these nutrients by setting a solid foundation of quality nutrition from the foods we eat. The best way to establish this foundation of nutrients is to aim to model our plates after the meal wheel shown here every day, with about half of our plate filled with colorful vegetables, palm size of quality protein, a little healthy fat, occasional fruit, and additional carbs if needed when considering metabolism, training, and what our body's telling us we need. Because the brain requires so many nutrients, it is critical to set a foundation of whole quality foods and then supplement to boost our brain health naturally. So what are those top 5 nutrients again? We're going to cover EPA and DHA, phosphatidylserine, B vitamins, lutein, polyphenols, and anthocyanins. You may recall that EPA and DHA are from sources like krill, fish oil, and algae. There are omega-3s. Memory requires that brain cells are able to communicate with each other. EPA and DHA, which are the constituents in omega-3s, support efficient and effective brain cell communication and therefore support memory. By increasing EPA and DHA consumption, it increases our omega-3 levels in the brain cell membranes, which in turn supports memory and cognition at all ages. EPA and DHA support the brain in numerous ways. It supports healthy brain cell membranes, supports the brain's waste disposal system, supports healthy inflammation in the brain, supports healthy blood sugar balance, and supports a healthy stress response. Studies even show that EPA and DHA supplementation supports problem solving and memory in aging adults. Phosphatidylserine, or PS for short. Studies show that phosphatidyl supplementation supports memory and cognition by protecting the brain from stress, supporting cell membrane fluidity, maintaining the normal communication between nerve cells, and conserving brain cell number, area, and diameter. A gentleman named Dr. Thomas Crook performed functional memory tests on healthy aging individuals. These tests included name face recognition, the ability to remember phone numbers, and questions like, do I remember where I left my keys? From these functional memory tests, he found that memory naturally declines with age, and he used these tests to define what's called functional age and functional years. Dr. Crook calculated that by supplementing with phosphatidylserine, it improved memory test scores in healthy aging adults by 4 to 14 functional years. The brain is the first organ affected by insufficient intakes of various B vitamins. These nutrients are important players in the process that generates energy. Since the brain produces more energy per pound than any other organ in the body, when the B vitamins are deficient, neurotransmitter synthesis and cognition can be impaired. Studies show high doses of B vitamins can support the retention of brain volume with age. Maintaining levels of B vitamins via optimum intakes and supplementation is the best way to support memory and healthy brain aging. The brain has many regions, each responsible for different aspects of how your body and mind operate. As we age, many of the cells in our brain turn over faster than we can develop them, resulting in cognitive decline. Lutein is a dominant carotenoid found in the brain and has been shown to have a strong connection with cognitive function. Macular pigment optical density is an indication of the amount of lutein in the brain tissue. The more lutein in your eye, the more lutein in your brain. Lutein in the brain even protects from oxidative stress. Some of the highest amounts of lutein are in leafy greens and especially cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. Lutein has also been shown to impact performance on multiple cognitive outcome assessments like executive functioning, learning, short-term memory, according to some studies. And again, things like kale, collards, and spinach are lutein powerhouses. Broccoli, eggs, and avocado even have lutein. The brain absorbs more lutein than it does other carotenoids, including lycopene, which is commonly found in tomatoes, and beta-carotene, commonly found in carrots. One study found that having a lutein-rich brain was associated with cognition, language, learning, and memory support. Polyphenols and anthocyanins, these are a category of micronutrients that act as free radical scavengers in our body. They have been shown to support healthy inflammation levels and maintain healthy nerve cells. Some particularly good food sources for supporting the brain include resveratrol from grapes, EGCG from green tea, and anthocyanins from blueberries. The disproportionately large energy demand of the brain compared to other parts of the body gives rise to an environment primed for the generation of cell-damaging free radicals. Phenolic free radical scavengers, such as resveratrol from grapes, catechins from green tea, and anthocyanins from blueberries, are among the strongest naturally occurring free radical neutralizers. Several studies indicate that a moderate consumption of resveratrol is associated with healthy memory and healthy aging. Green tea supplementation has been shown to support healthy brain aging and preserve cognition regardless of age. Anthocyanins have been shown to support memory and learning, but also to stimulate neurogenesis in hippocampus, the region of the brain chiefly important in memory. Our lifestyle choices can also impact and support a healthy brain. A critical driving force behind neuroplasticity is a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or what we call BDNF. BDNF acts upon areas of the brain involved in learning, memory, and higher order thinking to stimulate genesis of new neurons, survival of existing neurons, and synaptic adaptation. Physical exercise is known to enhance cognitive function in humans and other animals, and many researchers now believe that an increase in levels of BDNF induced by exercise mediates this improvement. Several times over, the standard American diet or Western diet has been shown to be detrimental to cognitive function. In contrast, a great deal of scientific literature validates the Mediterranean diet as a staple for cognitive health. The diet centers on good fats, especially those omega-3s and olive oil, multicolored fruits and vegetables, and even maybe moderate red wine consumption. The brain benefits greatly from the health-promoting lipids and antioxidants that are ample in the Mediterranean diet, and an abundance of scientific literature concedes that adherence to the Mediterranean diet is associated with better cognitive performance in a variety of populations. Over more than a century of research has established the fact that sleep benefits the retention of memory. whereas initial theories posed a passive role for sleep-enhancing memories by protecting them from interfering stimuli. Current theories highlight an active role for sleep in which memories undergo a process of system consolidation during sleep. Newer findings characterize sleep as a brain state optimizing memory consolidation in opposition to the waking brain being optimized for encoding memories. An important limitation of physical practice is that improvements in ability are generally confined to the task being practiced. In other words, practicing tennis doesn't increase your bowling skills. Repetitive mental stimulation, on the other hand, exerts domain-wide improvements that impact other tasks as well. Therefore, practicing a mentally challenging activity that requires using higher order cognitive processes, playing chess, for example, can improve fluency in other activities that will require similar cognitive processes, like driving a vehicle. Plasticity, or flexibility, is an intrinsic property of the brain maintained throughout life, and so cognitive stimulation and training enhance cognitive reserve and maintain brain health and memory. Several studies have suggested that maintaining a large network of friends and other personal relationships and regularly engaging in social and productive activities is associated with healthy cognitive function. Maintaining close ties with friends and loved ones and being involved in various group-oriented activities, especially outdoors, is an effective method for stimulating and maintaining your brain as you age. As mentioned previously, stress literally shrinks the brain, specifically the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain that is crucial for memory. Research has shown that those with high stress levels must exert greater effort or dedicate more brain resources to maintain the same level of performance on cognitive tests than non-stressed individuals. And meditation is one effective method that can be helpful for relieving stress. It's been shown to support healthy cerebral blood flow in several major brain regions and also supports cognition and memory. So I'd like to thank you for joining me today to learn natural hacks to support memory. We have a variety of resources to support you on your health journey, including free one-on-one coaching sessions. Call or request an appointment from your local Natural Grocers, or simply stop by the Monument and North Academy locations. Have a happy Thanksgiving.